Have you ever looked at someone in their late 70s or 80s seconds, walking with ease, laughing with friends, gardening, or even dancing and thought, how are they still so full of life? And then maybe compared that to others, perhaps even someone you know who, at the same age, struggles to climb stairs, feels constantly tired, or has lost their sense of independence. Here's the truth. Aging doesn't affect everyone the same way, and one of the most powerful reasons why is movement. In this video, we're going deep into the science of how exercise slows aging, and we're not just talking about looking younger. We're talking about keeping your heart strong, your bones steady, your mind clear, your balance sharp, and your independence alive. We'll explore the very best types of exercise for older adults, based on guidance from leading health authorities like the CDC, NHS, and the World Health Organization. You'll discover which routines can protect your brain from dementia, how 15 minutes of movement a day can reduce the risk of falls, what to do if you have arthritis, heart problems, or haven't exercised in decades, and how simple, realistic habits done right can add years of quality life. We'll break everything down clearly and respectfully. No gimmicks, no impossible routines, just science-backed, age-appropriate guidance for staying strong, steady, and vibrant for as long as life allows. Because movement isn't just about exercise, it's about purpose, connection, confidence, joy. So, whether you're 60 or 90, whether you're active or just starting out, this journey is for you. Let's move forward together. Let's begin by stepping back. Imagine your body as a beautifully engineered machine. When it's used regularly and cared for, it runs smoothly even as the years go by. But when it sits idle, parts start to stiffen, connections wear down, and responsiveness fades. That slow decline, often blamed on aging, is actually more about disuse than age itself. As we grow older, several changes naturally occur. Muscle mass starts to decrease slowly at first, but more noticeably after age 60. This process is known as sarcopenia. By the time someone reaches their 70s, they may have lost up to 30% of their original muscle strength. But it's not just muscle volume, it's also about how efficiently our nerves can activate those muscles. Some scientists call this dynapenia, the age-related loss of muscle function, even without visible loss of muscle size. Alongside this, bone density tends to decline, joints become stiffer, balance weakens, metabolism slows, fat redistributes around the abdomen, blood sugar regulation becomes more difficult. All of this increases the risk for falls, heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. But here's what's vital to understand. These processes may be common, but they are not fixed. The decline is not destiny. The World Health Organization warns that more than 25% of adults worldwide are not active enough. In older populations, that number is even higher. Physical inactivity has become a silent contributor to disease, dependency, and early loss of autonomy. But the good news is powerful. Regular physical activity at any age can significantly reduce these risks. The CDC confirms that exercise is one of the most effective tools we have to prevent or delay a wide range of age-related health problems, from cardiovascular disease and osteoporosis to depression and even some types of cancer. And the benefits go beyond disease prevention. The National Institute on Aging highlights how regular movement improves endurance, flexibility, strength, balance, coordination, sleep quality, and mood. It even protects brain function. Studies have shown that physically active seniors have lower rates of cognitive decline and may reduce their risk of Alzheimer's disease. In fact, exercise affects every system in the body. It sends messages at the cellular level promoting repair, reducing inflammation, increasing circulation, supporting hormones, and strengthening the connections between brain and body. Every time you move with purpose, you're telling your body, stay ready, stay capable. But let's pause here and address a few common myths. First, I'm too old to start exercising now. That's simply not true. Numerous studies show that even people in their 80s and 90s can build strength, improve balance, and boost their energy levels with the right movements. Second myth, exercise will make my joint pain or arthritis worse. The opposite is often true. Safe, guided movement strengthens the muscles and tissues around joints, helping to stabilize and support them. This can reduce pain, improve range of motion, and increase confidence. To make this real, let's meet Robert. He's 78, and 2 years ago he suffered a minor stroke. He lost confidence, became fearful of movement, and began relying on his adult children for everyday tasks. He stopped walking, stopped engaging. His world got smaller. Then, slowly, with encouragement and a plan, he began walking 5 minutes a day. That turned into 10, then 15. With time, he added simple resistance exercises using elastic bands and light weights. Now, Robert walks confidently each morning, tends to his small garden, and even helps carry groceries from the car. His words? I don't feel younger. I feel more capable. And that's the goal, not to reverse time, but to move forward stronger, more stable, and with greater self-assurance. Movement does more than maintain your body. It helps you reclaim your life. Aging, in many ways, is like sailing a long journey. The winds and waves will come, but with the right tools and adjustments, you can stay upright, change course, and even pick up speed. And exercise? That's your anchor, your sail, and your rudder. Science has shown it. Real lives confirm it. And in this video, we'll continue exploring exactly how to use it. Now that we understand why movement is so essential as we age, the next question becomes, what kind of movement is best? The good news is, you don't need to become a marathon runner or lift heavy weights to see results. In fact, the most effective exercise programs for older adults are often built around 4 simple pillars: aerobic endurance, muscle strength, balance, and flexibility. Each one supports a different part of healthy aging, and together, they create a foundation of vitality and independence. Let's start with aerobic activity. This includes walking, swimming, dancing, cycling, any activity that gets your heart rate up and keeps it up for a period of time. Aerobic exercise strengthens the heart and lungs, improves circulation, and helps control weight and blood sugar. The CDC recommends at least 150 minutes per week of moderate aerobic activity for older adults. That's about 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But even less can still bring meaningful benefits. For example, a brisk 10-minute walk after meals can help regulate blood sugar and support digestion. Next, we have strength training. As we heard earlier, muscle mass and power decline with age, but strength training is the antidote. You don't need a gym or heavy equipment. Resistance bands, light dumbbells, body weight, even water bottles can be enough. Strength exercises improve bone density, joint stability, metabolism, and reduce the risk of falls. According to the National Institute on Aging, strength training just twice a week can make a measurable difference in your ability to perform daily tasks like lifting groceries or standing up from a chair. Then there's balance, often overlooked until it's lost. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury among older adults. The fear of falling can cause people to move less, which weakens their balance, further a dangerous cycle. Balance exercises can include simple one-leg stands, heel-to-toe walking, or more structured programs like Tai Chi and chair-based routines. The NHS encourages regular balance training to improve coordination and reduce fall risk, even in people with conditions like Parkinson's or arthritis. Finally, flexibility. As joints age, they tend to stiffen. Stretching helps preserve range of motion, ease discomfort, and improve posture. Flexibility routines can be gentle, reaching, side bends, shoulder rolls, ankle rotations, and combined with breathing techniques, they can also reduce stress and promote mental calm. Now, what does a balanced weekly routine look like? For someone just starting out, it might be as simple as this. Monday, 20-minute walk. Tuesday, seated strength exercises with resistance bands. Wednesday, rest or light stretching. Thursday, balance practice using a kitchen counter for support. Friday, 15-minute walk plus a few gentle squats. Weekend, gardening, dancing, or household activity. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. Every small movement counts, and the goal is always to match the activity to your own capacity, not someone else's. Let's consider Margaret, 74. She had chronic back pain and was hesitant to move. With her doctor's guidance, she began a routine that included 5 minutes of chair yoga each morning and walking her dog in the afternoon. After 2 months, her posture improved, her back pain eased, and she felt more stable on her feet. She didn't get in shape, she got her life back. That's the power of a well-rounded exercise plan. It meets you where you are and helps you move forward safely, gently, and with purpose. Of course, it's always wise to check with your healthcare provider before starting a new routine, especially if you have heart issues, joint concerns, or are recovering from surgery. But remember, the right question is not, "Can I still exercise?" It's, "How can I adapt exercise to fit my life today?" No matter your age, the body craves motion. And with the right kinds of movement, you're not just working out, you're building resilience, confidence, and freedom. Coming up next, we'll dive deeper into specific strength and balance routines you can try at home or with a partner. Let's keep moving forward. Now let's get practical. How exactly do we build strength and balance in real life without overwhelming routines, expensive equipment, or unrealistic goals? It starts with one simple mindset shift. You don't need to train like an athlete. You need to train for your life. That means choosing exercises that support your ability to stand up, carry groceries, climb stairs, or move with confidence through your day. Strength training doesn't require heavy lifting. For older adults, it's all about low-impact, functional movements that can be done safely at home or in a small group setting. The goal isn't to bulk up, it's to build the kind of strength that protects your joints, maintains posture, and prevents falls. Let's begin with the foundation, the lower body. Legs and hips are essential for mobility, stability, and independence. Simple chair exercises like seated leg lifts, sit-to-stand repetitions, and heel raises help build strength in your quadriceps, calves, and glutes. Doing these slowly, with control, activates deep stabilizer muscles. Then there's upper body strength. This includes the shoulders, arms, and back, important for lifting, reaching, and maintaining posture. You can start with bicep curls using water bottles, wall push-ups, or overhead presses with resistance bands. If you do these twice a week, even for 10–15 minutes, you'll likely notice better arm control and reduced fatigue in daily tasks. Balance, on the other hand, is its own kind of skill, and like any skill, it can improve with training. Simple practices like standing on one foot, heel-to-toe walking, or shifting weight from side to side train your body to respond to small shifts, just like when you miss a step or trip over a curb. A great tool for both strength and balance is the chair. You can use it for support while doing standing leg lifts or squats. You can also sit and practice posture control, spinal alignment, and slow arm movements. Chair-based routines are ideal for people with joint pain, mobility issues, or those recovering from illness. Take Enrique, for example. He's 81, and last year he fell while getting out of the bathtub. That single event shook his confidence. He started avoiding stairs, walking less, staying home more. But after joining a senior fitness group that focused on chair exercises and gentle balance routines, his posture improved. His fear of falling decreased. Today, he moves more confidently, takes the bus alone, and says, "My legs feel like mine again." This is the hidden gift of strength and balance routines. They don't just change your body, they restore your confidence. They give you the courage to move freely again, to participate in life. Now, what should a weekly routine look like? Here's a beginner-friendly idea. Twice a week, 10–20 minutes of strength exercises using resistance bands, dumbbells, or body weight. 3 times a week, balance-focused activities like Tai Chi, slow walking on uneven surfaces, or guided video routines. Every day, gentle posture and alignment movements, just 5 minutes of mindful standing and breathing. It's not about intensity, it's about intention and repetition. Even small amounts of consistent training can improve neuromuscular coordination, reduce inflammation in the joints, and sharpen your brain's connection to your body. One study published by the NIH found that older adults who did strength and balance training for just 12 weeks had significantly reduced fear of falling and improved gait stability. Another showed that combining resistance training with balance work helped prevent hospitalizations after a fall. The secret is to begin exactly where you are, even if that means starting from a seated position, with a single leg lift. Progress isn't measured by how fast or how much you lift, but by how confidently you move through your life. And remember, form matters more than speed. Controlled, safe movement with attention to your posture protects you and trains your nervous system to respond better. If you're unsure where to begin, a physical therapist or senior fitness instructor can help create a routine tailored to your needs. Ultimately, strength and balance are not just physical skills, they are emotional ones too. They reconnect you to your sense of autonomy. They whisper, "You are still in charge of your body," and that is one of the most powerful messages a person can hear at any age. Now, let's turn our focus to a vital but often underestimated part of healthy aging: cardiorespiratory fitness and mobility. This is about more than just your heart rate, it's about how easily you move through your world, how long you can keep going without getting exhausted, and how freely your body responds to daily demands. As we age, our heart and lungs undergo gradual changes. the heart muscle becomes slightly less efficient, blood vessels may stiffen, and lung capacity can decline. These shifts can lead to fatigue, shortness of breath, and reduced endurance. But here's the critical truth. Regular aerobic movement slows this decline and, in many cases, reverses it. Cardio, or aerobic exercise, includes any rhythmic movement that increases your breathing and heart rate over time. For older adults, this doesn't have to mean jogging or intense workouts. Even a brisk walk, a light bike ride, water aerobics, or dancing in your kitchen can strengthen the cardiovascular system, improve circulation, and help oxygen reach your muscles and brain more efficiently. According to the CDC and the WHO, adults aged 65 and older should aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity per week broken down. That's just 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. But those minutes don't have to be continuous. You can do 3 10-minute walks a day and still enjoy full benefits. Let's meet Noor, 76. After retiring, she found herself sitting more and moving less. She used to love dancing when she was younger, so her daughter signed her up for a low-impact dance class at the local community center. At first, Noor was nervous, worried about keeping up or falling behind. But she quickly discovered that movement to music lifted her mood, improved her balance, and left her feeling energized. Within weeks, she was walking further, sleeping better, and smiling more. That's the thing about aerobic activity. It doesn't just boost your heart. It lifts your spirit, enhances mental clarity, and improves your overall sense of vitality. Another great option is water-based exercise. Swimming and water aerobics are incredibly joint-friendly, making them ideal for people with arthritis or chronic pain. The buoyancy of water reduces impact, while still providing gentle resistance to help build strength and improve range of motion. And don't overlook cycling, whether on a stationary bike or a tricycle. It's a safe, effective way to build endurance, improve leg strength, and stimulate circulation. If balance is a concern, recumbent bikes offer support and stability while keeping the legs moving. Mobility, on the other hand, is about how well you can move your joints through their full range of motion. It's not just about flexibility, it's the smooth coordination between muscles, joints, and nerves. Mobility work might include gentle spinal twists, hip openers, ankle rotations, or side-to-side torso movements. These exercises keep your gait fluid and help prevent stiffness and falls. And remember, everyday tasks count. Gardening, cleaning, climbing stairs, walking to the store, these are all forms of movement that support cardio health and mobility. The trick is to be intentional, to see movement not as a chore, but as an investment in your future freedom. Now, let's be honest, some days will feel harder. Maybe your knees ache, or you didn't sleep well. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is momentum. On tired days, even 5 minutes of light movement can reset your energy and protect your routine. One more important tip: try to combine cardio with social interaction whenever possible. A walking group, a pool class, or dancing with friends provides double the benefit, physical and emotional. Studies show that older adults who exercise with others tend to stick with it longer and report greater happiness and confidence. So, what might a simple weekly plan look like? Monday, 20-minute walk outdoors today. Water aerobics or swimming Wednesday. Gentle mobility stretches at home Thursday. Light cycling or indoor dance Friday. nature walk with a friend weekend, active chores like vacuuming, gardening, or visiting a market. Every minute counts. Every step you take tells your body, I'm still here, I still move, I still live. In the next segment, we'll look at how movement impacts not just the body, but also the mind. Because when we move well, we feel better not just physically, but emotionally too. So far, we've talked about muscles, bones, heart, and lungs. But what if the most powerful effect of movement isn't on the body but on the mind? More and more research confirms what many older adults already feel intuitively. Regular physical activity can profoundly improve emotional well-being, reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, and help protect cognitive function as we age. Let's start with mental health. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 4 adults aged 65 and older experience some form of depression. But unlike younger adults, depression in seniors often goes unrecognized. It may show up as fatigue, withdrawal, poor sleep, or lack of motivation. What's remarkable is that even moderate, consistent movement can reduce depressive symptoms as effectively as some medications without the side effects. This happens because exercise stimulates the release of brain chemicals like serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins, neurotransmitters that elevate mood, reduce stress, and enhance motivation. At the same time, physical activity helps regulate the sleep-wake cycle, improves appetite, and provides a sense of accomplishment. But the mental benefits of movement go beyond mood. There is growing evidence that regular exercise helps preserve brain health, especially areas involved in memory and decision-making. The Alzheimer's Association highlights that aerobic activity may delay the onset of dementia and slow its progression. That's because physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, reduces inflammation, and stimulates the growth of new neural connections. Think of it this way: every walk you take, every time you get up and stretch, you're not just moving your body, you're literally rewiring your brain to stay alert, resilient, and adaptable. Now, let's talk about one of the most overlooked aspects of senior well-being: loneliness. Many older adults, especially those who have lost a spouse or live alone, suffer in silence. Loneliness has been linked to increased risk of cognitive decline, heart disease, and even early death. But movement, especially in group settings, can be a bridge back to connection. Classes like chair yoga, tai chi, or dance sessions at senior centers offer more than exercise. They provide community, laughter, and a sense of belonging. Even short daily walks with a friend or neighbor can create meaningful social bonds that lift the spirit. Let's meet Lucille, 82. After her husband passed away, she became withdrawn. Her days were quiet and repetitive. At her daughter's urging, she joined a twice-weekly senior walking group. At first, she barely spoke, but over time, she started chatting with others, sharing stories, even bringing cookies for the group. She now says, "It's not just the walking, it's that someone expects me. I feel seen again." This emotional reawakening often happens through movement, not because exercise fixes everything, but because it gently brings people back into rhythm with the world and with themselves. There's also the power of routine. Establishing a regular time to move, even lightly, gives the day structure. It builds momentum. It creates small goals that lead to a bigger sense of agency. This is especially important for those managing grief, anxiety, or memory loss. In fact, A study published by the NIH found that older adults who participated in regular group movement classes reported higher life satisfaction, fewer depressive symptoms, and better memory recall than their sedentary peers. The effects were especially strong when the program included music, conversation, and mindfulness. So, what kinds of movement support mental health best? Aerobic exercise. Walking, swimming, or dancing boosts mood-regulating brain chemicals. Mind-body activities. Yoga, Tai Chi, and stretching with deep breathing help reduce anxiety and foster calm. Group classes. Social connection is a key factor in mental well-being, especially for seniors. Nature-based movement. Walking outdoors has been shown to reduce rumination and lower cortisol levels. There's no single formula. The right movement is the one you enjoy, can do safely, and feel motivated to repeat. Even 5 minutes of intentional motion can lift the fog on a low day. It's important to remember, there's no shame in struggling with mental health. Aging brings enormous changes physically, emotionally, and socially, but movement is one of the gentlest, most empowering ways to respond. Not with force, but with rhythm. Not with pressure, but with presence. In the final part of this video, we'll explore how to create your ideal routine and, more importantly, how to sustain it. Because healthy aging isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing the right things, a little at a time, with patience, care, and belief in yourself. So now you understand the science, the benefits, the different types of movement, and maybe you're even feeling motivated. But how do you actually begin? And perhaps more importantly, how do you keep going? The answer isn't a strict schedule or a one-size-fits-all workout plan. It's a personal routine built around your needs, your lifestyle, and your body. One that's realistic, flexible, and grounded in self-compassion. First, start small, really small. If you haven't been active in a while, your first workout might be simply standing and sitting from a chair 5 times. Or walking to the mailbox and back. That's not failure, it's exactly the right place to begin. The key is to focus on consistency over intensity. Your body doesn't need punishment. It needs rhythm. Movement should feel like something you can repeat tomorrow, not something you barely survived today. Next, set cues and reminders. Human brains love routine, but we also forget. Set a recurring alarm on your phone that says, "Stretch now," or place your walking shoes by the door the night before. Attach movement to existing habits. Stretch while the kettle boils. Do ankle circles during TV commercials. March in place while brushing your teeth. And here's a crucial step. Track your progress. Keep a simple log, not to pressure yourself, but to see your growth. It could be a notebook, a calendar with check marks, or a wellness app. Noting that you walked for 10 minutes or did balance practice twice this week reminds your brain, "I'm doing it. I'm showing up." Let's talk about motivation. It's easy to feel excited at the start, but what happens when life gets in the way? You miss a few days. You feel tired. Maybe pain flares up. This is when grace becomes more important than grit. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I'm continuing." Movement is a lifelong relationship, not a 30-day challenge. Every step counts, even after a pause. Now, what if you live with arthritis, heart disease, or another chronic condition? The answer is almost always yes. You can move safely with support. Talk to your healthcare provider or a physical therapist about what's appropriate for you. Many clinics and senior centers offer modified programs specifically for people with mobility limitations or medical needs. And don't forget the importance of environment. Your space should invite movement. Clear a safe area in your living room. Keep a yoga mat rolled out. Store light weights or resistance bands within reach. The easier it is to start, the more likely you'll stick with it. There's also the social side. If you can, move with others. Ask a friend to join your routine, attend a local class, or join a virtual group online. Accountability and connection are powerful motivators, especially when you're doing something that supports your health and happiness. Let's revisit Margaret, who we met earlier. She started with 5 minutes of movement a day. Her secret to sticking with it? She set realistic goals, joined a weekly group class, and gave herself credit for every small win. Now, she keeps her dumbbells by her favorite chair and has a little notebook titled My Strength Journal. On the cover, she wrote one sentence, "I'm stronger than yesterday." And here's the truth, she is. So are you. To build your ideal routine, ask yourself, what movements feel good in my body? When in the day do I have the most energy? Where do I feel safe to move? Who can support or join me? Then, craft a plan. Not a strict one, but a kind one. One that bends and breathes with your life. You might start with something like this. Monday, chair stretches in the morning. Tuesday, 10-minute walk plus resistance band route in Wednesday. Rest or gentle yoga Thursday. Balance practice using a wall for support Friday. Group class or walk with a friend weekend. Free choice dancing, gardening, or household chores. Over time, these small choices create real transformation. And not just physical strength, but inner strength, the kind that says, I'm still growing, I'm still becoming. In our final moments together, let's reflect on what it truly means to move through aging with intention, with dignity, and with hope. You've just spent nearly an hour learning about movement not as punishment, not as a chore, but as a lifeline, a gift, a form of self-respect. And maybe right now, you're thinking, I want to do this, but can I really change? Yes, you can, because aging doesn't erase your power, it reveals it. The truth is, movement is not about youth, it's about momentum. It's about reclaiming your rhythm, your strength, your place in the world. And it begins with one small choice, one step, one stretch, one breath. There's something profoundly courageous about deciding, at 60, 70, 80, or beyond, that your story is still unfolding, that your health still matters, that your days can still be full of purpose, of movement, of joy. You've met Robert, who walked back into his life after a stroke. Noor, who rediscovered her joy through dancing. Lucille, who found connection through community walks. Margaret, who started with 5 minutes a day and found her strength again. Their stories aren't miracles. They're intentions, repeated, quiet acts of hope, gentle persistence. And they're proof that it's never too late to move towards something better. So here's your invitation. Choose movement that honors where you are today. Be patient with your progress. Let it be simple. Let it be yours. And the next time you rise from a chair, step outside, or lift your arms to the sky, remember, you're not just moving your body. You're moving your future. Thank you for spending this time with us. May your path forward be strong, steady, and full of life. Keep moving, keep growing, and above all, keep believing in your ability to begin again.